Yeah, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Hemmingw8y. That is Hemmingw8y. Oh my! And I am tapped in with the industry's most wanted podcast in Atlanta, Georgia. It's lit. Let's go.
I ain't got words, adjectives or verbs to describe the way I want you on my body. It's my favorite party, 'cause I wanna be starting something. Gotta be starting something. Baby, stop all that frontin'. I ain't doing this for nothing.
Hey, what's going on, man? It is your girl, TampaMystic, and we're live. Where are we at?
Industries most.
Big Industries most wanted, not the little one. I'm telling you, y'all better hear ye. I got a superstar checking in. Hemmingw8y, what is going on? How you doing today?
Hey, baby.
Man.
I'm good. How are you?
Give me some love first and foremost.
Absolutely.
Boom. Transfer that good energy, positive vibes. Like, I love you already. Let's put it on camera. I love him.
And I love you.
Man, you are such a vibe. Your energy is contagious. It's infectious in a good way. Like,
Thank
you deserve all your flowers.
Thank you.
100%. And shout out to Jetta for making this connection. That's my boo, my sis for life.
Absolutely.
Introduce yourself.
Well, my name is Hemmingw8y. That is Hemmingw8y. Oh my! I am an R&B neo soul artist. I dabble in a little bit of other stuff too. However, that's what I'm saying. That's the core of it. Originally from Clarksville, Tennessee, raised in Birmingham, Alabama, and now I'm here in Atlanta.
Absolutely. So let's just take it back a little bit. Your family's military. That's how you were living in Clarksville.
Yes.
Fort Campbell, Kentucky.
Yes.
My son was there, so I'm very, very familiar. I've been there multiple times.
Absolutely.
Growing up in a military household, what was that like for you?
It wasn't bad. So the military part, it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
My parents ended up retiring by the time I could actually understand what was going on.
Sure.
Because I stayed with my grandma a lot. So when I was younger, I stayed with my grandma a lot because they were going overseas and stuff like that. I didn't understand that part though. So yeah, it was the military part really wasn't hard. That wasn't a difficult part for me. Even the moving around or switching houses and stuff like that, it didn't bother me.
Okay. That's good though. And I think it's good if you are able to move around as a child because it allows you to experience different cultures, different ways of life. Even if from city to city, people do things differently, right?
Yeah.
You and your grandmother have a great relationship?
Yeah.
You said she was there.
Yeah. Mind you, I had the pleasure of having 3 grandmas because I had my mom's mom, my dad's mom, and then my mom had one other, special woman in her life that she called mom.
Yeah.
And that was my grandma too. So I've always had I've had a good relationship with all my grandparents.
You got to have 3 grannies.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And they all was lit.
You got to be someone special to be able to have 3 grandmothers.
Yeah, they all lit.
That is beautiful. That is beautiful. What was one of your favorite things to eat that one of your grannies made for you?
So I had to look it up recently. With my granny in Huntsville, because all of them did different things. With my granny in Huntsville, it was souse meat.
It's what?
Souse meat.
What's that?
It's like processed meat, but it looked gray and it was kind of spicy. But when I got introduced to it, I didn't know what it was because I was used to eating just regular lunch meat.
Yeah.
And she introduced it, and it looked like regular lunch meat, but it just looked like it had peppers in it, and it was grayish, and I'm just like. But when she finally put me on it,
it's busting.
Oh yeah, I was on that heavy. My grandma in Birmingham, she used to do the orange sherbet in a cup, with ginger ale.
Like a float almost.
Yeah, but she used to do that all the time. I used to that and Red Hots. They really put me on the Red Hot, the hot links, the Red Hot dogs. They had the red skin on the outside on the Red Hots. I was really heavy on Red Hots. And then my grandma in Chicago, she really didn't when I was there. We used to eat a lot, but see that was when I got introduced to going down the street and stuff, and walking to McDonald's and stuff I used to I used to ask her to go to McDonald's all the time. They used to eat healthy there. So I really wasn't a food person there because they like vegetables and things.
Yeah, kids don't eat all that stuff.
Yeah, I wasn't in it. I wasn't into that.
Listen, as kids, we want the junk foods. I don't know how many packs of Little Debbie's my son went through growing up, like finding the wrappers everywhere.
My problem with cheese.
See, I was a cheeseaholic too.
I'm still like that. My mom used to hate because I'll eat shredded cheese like out the bag.
Really?
And she used to, yes.
See, you're lucky that you're not lactose intolerant.
Oh, that would have messed me. I would have been pissy. Like, because that I literally will eat cheese out the bag.
Man.
Like, and she used to get so mad because that was the cheese that she used for like the macaroni and cheese and lasagna. And I would like crack
Boy, why you eating all my cheese?
It was too late.
It's gone.
I didn't crack it open.
But like it's already came out the other side.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
He was a cheesehead, y'all.
Oh yeah.
What was your favorite kind of cheese, or what is your favorite kind of cheese?
My favorite kind of cheese is sharp cheddar and feta.
I love feta cheese.
Feta makes it better.
So listen, if you're trying to find your way to his heart,
please
buy him some cheese.
My ex to this day would like buy me cheese. He'd be like, I'm just gonna buy like to smooth it over. Cheese and fruit snacks. Like he knew what to do, and I'm just like,
can't go wrong with that.
You can never go wrong.
I know. Listen, I know that's right. Do you make a mean grilled cheese?
Man. Look, okay. All right.
That is so funny. So 5 years ago, you decided music was the route you wanted to go because you grew up, you're a pastor's kid, you're a PK.
Yeah.
So music has always been in your life on the gospel side.
Oh, yeah.
5 years ago, what made you decide you wanted to do it on a personal level for yourself?
Working with other artists. It was just working with other artists. I had the opportunity to work with a lot of great artists on the R&B side and on the hip hop side. So it was just one of those things where I finally got to a point where I wanted that for myself. And even working with dancers nowadays, like that I've been with for a long time, I want to be the one when those conversations come up and they be like, what artists you want to work with, or like what artists would you choreograph for? Like I want to be in those conversations. I want to be in those videos that they post, and it was like, I'm making a submission because I saw that you were doing Rolling Loud and I want to choreograph for you. And like, I want to be that artist for them. I want to kind of be that open canvas and vessel, because I like to entertain. I like to perform. I probably wouldn't tell you no if you tell me that you want to do something. So I kind of want to be that playground for creatives.
So why don't you answer that question for us? Who would be an artist or artist that you would love to work with or choreograph for?
So choreographing, at the moment, being that I've kind of like not pushed it completely to the side, I've been really, really on Doechii and Doja, super heavy.
Yes.
Doechii and Doja for sure. Those are two people that I would love to be on their creative teams, just because they're one of those ones that are super creative.
Yeah.
So I would love to be on their teams. As of right now, those are the only ones. Musically, it would be Doechii for sure. She's still on my list. Doechii's on my list. August Alsina's on my list. T-Pain is on my list. Ella Mai is on my list. Tiffany Evans. Anthony Hamilton is my father in my head, so he's forever going to be on my list. John Legend, Kenyon Dixon. The list of people that I want to work with, like as far as being an artist, is super broad.
I was just about to say, I love the fact that it's a very broad spectrum of what you gave us, because all of them in their own right are super dope, but they're also very different.
They all do so many different things.
And shout out to Doechii, man. Like, I gotta always holler at her. She from my city and she represented for Tampa, baby.
Yes.
Congratulations on that Grammy too, sis.
Absolutely.
Man, definitely. Who have you been able to work with that maybe was somebody that you were reaching out to and said, we got to work together? Who was that for you?
Jimmy.
Holla at Jimmy.
This last record that I did, Love Languages, Call Me Jimmy, I was very persistent about getting him on that record, because originally I kind of shot for the stars prematurely, and I wanted, you know what I'm saying, another feature on the record, and we had been reaching out to their team and contacting them. I was trying to contact them like via DMs, and we just weren't getting anything back.
Yeah.
And it was discouraging because it was just like one of those things, being of the LGBT spectrum, you would think that being that there isn't a very big number of us there's a lot of LGBT artists,
sure.
but in regards to like ones that are in the forefront, you would think that they would want to work with other artists.
Facts.
But it just didn't swing that way, and it's cool. Like it wasn't a big thing, but I stumbled across Jimmy on Twitter. I was scrolling, he just popped up. It was around Thanksgiving. He did like just an original like little cover situation of his own, and I was like, this guy's dope. And I went and I stalked his Instagram. And when I stalked his Instagram, like I went through all his videos, I was like, oh yeah, he's fire. I would love to have him on this record because it's such an R&B neo soul-y like feel on that record.
Yes.
I was like, his voice would be perfect on this record. So at that point, I just was like, I was persistent about it. We sent emails, like I inboxed him. I was tagging him on Twitter. I was tagging him on Instagram. Like, and to the point like where I told him, I said, bro, I'm gonna crash out on you. I said, you got 24 hours to answer me before I crash out. Like I'm really like, and I'm low key crazy. So like I will crash out.
I'm coming for you.
Like for real, like dude, I'll find you. Like cause I know you see my messages. Like stop playing with me.
Stop playing with him.
But he finally hit me back and we got on one accord. But I do know like he's also like a teacher. Like he teaches at a school and he teaches in their music department. So that like in itself just has him super, super busy.
Sure.
And I've been super like, you know what I'm saying? We've been very accommodating. Like, and I told him, I completely understand, King. Just get back to me when you can. Now that I know, like, just let me know. Like, and we gonna move, we gonna figure it out. But he's in Chicago. I'm here. So he had to do all his stuff like there and send it over, and I had to send everything in. And like even with us trying to get ready for like the music video, like me and him had been talking back and forth, and I'm just like, bro, if you're not gonna be able to make it down here, we're gonna figure out, because I'm not gonna do the video and you can't be in it. We're gonna figure out, and we figured it out. It's actually gonna be great. It's gonna be nice.
I know that's
it's gonna
right.
be nice. But yeah, I love him to pieces. Like yeah, I love him to pieces.
You couldn't do the video without him. He's got to be in it because he's a major part. Yeah, he's a major part of this song. Shout out to Jimmy. And in his defense, there are some people who just don't check their social media all the time because they're busy in their personal lives and stuff.
True.
You know, so
this is true.
There are some days where I wish I didn't have to check it as often as I do.
Social media is like it's very overwhelming a lot of the times. Like after I hit, and this is guilty, I'm guilty. I don't check it all the time, and then once it hits a certain number, so especially with my text messages, after my text message hit like 30 or 40, I just go ahead and I hit read all, and I probably ain't read all of them, but I just hit read all because just seeing the number 30 or 40 or up on there, it just gives me anxiety, and I just don't be wanting to check.
I was about to say it'll give you anxiety. Yeah. I feel like that too when I wake up in the morning and I got 30 new DMs. Literally, I'll get 50, 60 DMs a day, and it can become overwhelming. Let me ask you this. If you were not doing music, would you be on social media as much as you are?
No, because I don't like social media.
Yeah.
I don't like social media, and I talk about it all the time. I've said it a couple times on social media. I've said it with friends, a couple interviews, even other artists, like just in passing in conversations. I miss when social media wasn't that prevalent to like our lives. It wasn't a staple. We would get what we get when we get it, but it's just like now everything is social media driven. Everything is public knowledge. Everything has to be posted. It's like those times, like even being like anything in the entertainment industry, unfortunately, especially if you're not like on that level, you don't get to take those big breaks away from social media.
Facts.
Because people will forget you like this.
Absolutely.
You're not one of those people that's imprinted like Beyonce, where everybody's like, where's Beyonce at? And she's been gone for like 4 months and then she just pop up.
Right.
So those, I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be on social media and all this other stuff. Unfortunately, we don't have the luxury because people contact you via DM for shows and bookings and things of this nature and collabs and all this other stuff. And people want to see what you got going on. And then the algorithm, if you're not on there too long, then you mess up your algorithm.
Facts.
So now you got to like reset and build it back up again to where like now you in people's timelines again. It can be a lot.
It's like a full-time job.
Literally.
And I think that's why some artists or maybe even celebrities, when they get to a certain level, they actually have somebody running their social media for them. Yeah, because they don't have time to sit around posting all day and responding to messages. They're in the midst of creating music or doing a film or whatever it may be. Absolutely. Do you feel like the community for LGBT is getting the representation and the visibility that they deserve in the music industry right now?
No. Actually, yes and no. I'll say yes and no. The reason why I will say yes is because we actually do have a couple, you know what I'm saying? We got Lil Nas X, we've got Destin Conrad, we've got Saucy Santana, we've got Frank Ocean, we've got Tyler the Creator. We've got them.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? But in the same token, I feel like it's more accepted musically for the female artists that are bisexual and lesbian than they are for the guys that are bisexual or just completely, you know what I'm saying, homosexual. Like they're just, you know what I'm saying, completely, you know what I'm saying, like homosexual, LGBT, whatever, you know what I'm saying. Yeah. I don't feel like we have the representation because I feel like a lot of the industry people don't know how to, one, stomach it. Two, they don't know what to do with it in the artists because they don't do the research in regards to the lane. You know what I'm saying? The lane itself and like what we have on our side of the fence.
Yes.
That, you know what I'm saying, we thrive off of when it comes to bookings and events and all of that stuff. They don't know what to do when it comes to that. So instead of them doing the research, they leave it alone altogether. But then I also feel like the industry is like, and I love them to death. I love them to death. But they try to make everything a Lil Nas X or Saucy Santana situation, not understanding that every gay person is not the same.
Facts.
Everybody like different stuff. Everybody does different stuff.
Yep.
Everybody has different looks.
Yes.
Everybody has a different approach to what they do. So it's like they want you to be this super just energetic, like it's just got to be over the top. But we're not all like that. And again, I love them both and I appreciate everything that they're doing in the forefront for a lot of us. They are making it okay to even be feminine, you know what I'm saying, presenting at any point or going like dibbling and dabbling into the androgynous type things, you know what I'm saying, doing the hair and the makeup and still giving that masculine representation at the same time. Like they're in the forefront for us right now. But it's just like now everybody expects it to be that way or they won't deal with it at all because they think that's how you're going to come when you get through the door. And it's just like everybody not like that.
They're stereotyping.
Yeah, like it's not going to be like that.
Yeah, just because like one person does something, like whether you're stereotyping because they're Mexican or because they're black doesn't mean that they're all like that.
Yeah, it's not like that. And it kind of sucks because there's a lot of, when I tell you I curate a lot of LGBT shows and I'm currently like working on trying to put together a festival that's basically like a Rolling Loud but for LGBT artists.
Love it.
And I hear so much of their music on a day-to-day basis. I have to like be around them every week. Like even, you know what I'm saying, we're having them in these spaces. I try to create spaces that are comfortable for them to grow and network and things of that nature. They have a lot of dope music.
Yes.
From rappers to singers. I literally can, if you were to tell me right now, put a lineup together, I could put a fire lineup together like right now that I know for a fact that could sit with other indie artists, you know what I'm saying, that are heterosexual presenting, you know what I'm saying, and cisgender. So yeah, I
agree. And I love the fact that you said you're putting together a comfortable space because I feel like that there are going to be artists out there who may not come out immediately like a Lil Nas X. People didn't know in the beginning because perhaps they're afraid of what people may think or they don't want to rock with them because of that. But I feel like
It's not even the coming out part though. The coming out part is not the part. When I speak of comfortability, it's not even the coming out part. When I speak of comfortability, it's more so on the how do I present when I walk out you know what I'm saying, when I walk out the house. What am I wearing? Do I wear makeup? Am I gonna get up here and I know that I got bars and I know I'm gonna go crazy, but everybody counted me off when I came to this show because I've got nails on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like and I'm not saying me just personally, I'm just saying like for other artists, because we have so many different platforms in Atlanta for artists.
Sure.
But a lot of times these LGBT artists don't go into those rooms because they don't feel comfortable, and people do not make them feel welcome or comfortable to be in those spaces.
Absolutely. So they just don't do it. And that's not fair. It's not fair. And no matter who you are, what you like to do, you shouldn't have to hide that or stay away from certain situations because of that. It's just not fair. You should be able to walk in any room at any time and be accepted. Sadly, we know the world's not like that.
Yeah.
We know that it's like, I don't think we're even close to being there yet. You know, we're making steps, you know, progress or whatever, but yeah, it's crazy. How do you deal with situations like that? You know, are you at that point, or have you always been at that point where you're like, you know what, I'm going in, I'm being me, I don't care what anybody thinks?
I've always been myself.
Yeah, I love that.
I've always been myself from the time I started to when I'm dealing with artists. And I think because I am myself when I walk in the rooms, and I don't let them intimidate me when I walk in the rooms, like, it's been a comfortability thing. When I've always been put in these weird situations. So it's like I take from those situations and I learn from them. And it's like there's situations where, again, when you get put in it, you don't allow yourself to deal with it again or scare you. And I remember the first show that I ever did, like on my own, like I got a manager, you know what I'm saying? I was just starting out. And I'm just like, hey, I want to do shows. And she like, I'm going to book you on the show. And I'm just like, okay, cool. So she put me on the show. And I walked in, it's a bunch of hood niggas in there, and I'm like, mind you, I didn't have any rap records yet. I literally was just R&B at that moment. So I got this loud lime green fedora on with this Letterman jacket, skinny jeans. I got one of my dancers with me, like she was there, and I'm like shook. I felt like if you've ever seen, it's this meme. If you've ever seen it, and it's like a bunch of hood niggas in the club, and Sailor Moon is like standing in the middle of them. That's literally how I felt in that moment, because I'm just like, what am I doing here? Because I know I'm not supposed to be here right now. And my nerves were so bad because these like everybody looked like they sell drugs in there. Everybody looked like they had a gun, and everybody looked like they sell drugs. It like every corner smelled like weed. Like it was just, and I'm sitting there like in a corner, and every artist going up, they all rappers, and I'm just like, I can't be the only singer in here. All rappers, every last one of them. And it's just like they got entourages like going up there with them. So it's like 6 niggas on the stage with them. They just bouncing around. And I'm just like, I'm coming in here with this one man's trash is another man's treasure. And I'm just like, okay. We're just going to make this work. I said, Ariel, when you go up there, just work the room. I said, this gonna fall on you because you're a female, and I know they like females. So we just got to make this work in our favor. Go over there and dance on these niggas. Like while I'm singing,
a slight distraction.
Just go dance on them. So she like working the room. She going off too. She dancing on them. She dancing on the women. Like I'm just like, yeah. Let's. I was so uncomfortable. But it was just like they respected me so much. It was like, bro, you fire. And I'm just like, I'll take that.
Oh, that's dope.
Like, and I went and I did a show in California. It happened to me again in LA. I went out there for Grammy weekend with more bookings with Morris and them. Like I went out there and it was this little club, little hood club. And I had on a kilt. I had on a kilt, some boots, like some combat boots, and this jacket, and it had like the fringes, like a leather jacket, and it had the fringes on it. And I walked in there. Mind you, but I had my niggas with me that night. So I was comfortable because they all was posted. They was like Cause I asked them before we left the house, I was like, y'all think I should wear the kilt? They was like, hell yeah, that shit fire, bro. Like, and I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna wear the kilt. They accept me because I have a lot of hetero friends. Like I have like a lot of heterosexual friends.
I love it.
And yeah, they went with me. They was like, we going with you to the show, bro. They bought tickets. Like we all there. Like we just chilling. And I'm just in the corner because I'm just like, again, it's all these niggas in here. It smell like smoke. And I'm just like, everybody getting up there. It's just they hood. But this is when I actually did have rap records. I had some rap records.
You came a little more prepared this time.
Yeah. And I had live. Then they were live arrangements too. So it wasn't like just the regular records. It was like the one that had the extra instrumentations and all of that. Shout out to Drees because he's always done my live instrumentations. And then my tracks didn't have the words in them. I pulled the words out. So I wasn't rapping over the track. It was actual performance track. So I was actually rapping.
Exactly.
And so I'm in there. I did that and I did like this Afro Beats record and I just went crazy. I'm jumping off the stage. Like I'm rapping. I'm all in their face. And like the girls, they walking up the stage. Females always make me feel real good. They make me feel real soft. And they just make me feel like I'm wanted because they be like, yes. And I'm just like, oh yeah. I say, yeah. As long as you lit, I'm lit. So I'm just going crazy in there. And I just knew because they looking and they just come, some of them was standing by the pool table. They just staring at me. I'm just like, I don't even care. Like, and I'm walking out. They stop me. Hey, yo. I'm just like, they finna say something about my kilt. I know they finna say something about this kilt. And they stopped me. They was like, bro, you lit. You lit, bro. And they dapped me up and I'm just like, yeah. I'm lit. Yeah.
Yo.
You lit too, bro. Yeah. Like that's literally how I felt at that moment. But it felt so good.
You are the best storyteller ever.
And they put me like I booked 2 more shows.
Oh wow.
From that. Mind you, I paid to do that show. Yeah. And they booked me on 2 more shows while I was out there in LA because in my head, I was like, I'm doing these shows tonight. Tomorrow I'm going back home. But they was just like, yeah, if you can come by the comedy club, we want you to do this show. And then I did another show at this other like event space too. And they was like, we're not charging you. You were fired. We just want you to come and we want you to perform. Like you were great. So I was like, hey, I'm gonna stay out here and I'm gonna do it. But yeah, like
that's hard.
It just feels good to be accepted and go in these spaces and they're not looking at you because of who you choose to date.
Absolutely.
And what you choose to wear. Like it sucks when somebody is like, you're fire, but this is too much.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, or the subject matter, like I was trying to get into you, but you said he. Like I can't get into the he of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and it makes you nervous about what you present to people because even now with music, if you listen to like a lot of my stuff, I've only said he in one of my tracks.
Got you.
Everything else has been very bae, shawty, boo, you. Like it's been very much so that.
Yeah.
Because I also want it to be where anybody, when they come to my concert, I wouldn't want it to be like where you can't sing along or you are one of the bros.
Sure.
And you just like, bro, I ain't singing that.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I like when my bros come around me and they sing the records. Like when my brothers come around me and they was like, I like that record. Yeah. Like, I like when they sing the records back to me because they're comfortable enough to do it. And I'm not settling and saying, oh, I don't love this, I don't love that. Because I've had niggas in my music videos that were playing like my love interest. It wasn't like just in your face.
Right.
But it was there. It was subtle enough to where you knew what was going on. But it was like one of those things where I will never deny that or say that, you know what I'm saying, that's not what I do. It's just, again, the industry, you got to feed them in dosages. Like, I literally got approached. This dude said, you're the full package, bro. I could walk you into the room right now. This is while I was on tour in Florida. I did a full week tour in Florida, and they brought On the Radar down there. They brought somebody from Rock Nation down there, somebody from Empire. And every night I got the same response because I went and asked for my critiques.
Yes. And
he was just like, bro, why ain't I seen you? You in Atlanta. That's crazy. He was like, but I don't know how to market you. Because I don't know like that. I don't know that lane. Sure. I don't know how to market you. Like, you're a phenomenal artist. I would definitely represent you, but I just don't know that lane. And it sucked because I gave my everything while I was down there.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, you're basically telling me that you would walk me in the room. You would represent me you have the power to walk me in a room, but you can't do it and you can't put your hands on me as an artist because you don't know how to deal with an LGBT artist and you don't know what to do with that. And instead of you doing the research or just asking me, you you was like, I'm good.
Man. And that goes back to what you were saying earlier. People need to do their research and gain an understanding so that they can do it for you.
That's all it takes.
Because, and I don't know who this individual was, but I just feel like somebody who's in a top tier position or in a professional position, they should be wanting to learn. Do their homework, that way they can then determine, yes, I can help you or no, I can't help you, without just out the gate saying, no, sorry, I can't do it because I don't understand. Try to gain some understanding.
And I forgot, Duran Bernard, perfect representation for R&B neo soul for the LGBT community. Duran Bernard is absolutely top tier, and he's been doing an amazing run, amazing job for us. Like, I feel like his it's quirky, it's fun, it's still stylish, it still has its masculinity, but he's so much in himself to, like, it just feels good. Like, it doesn't feel like a front. It doesn't feel like anything extra. Everybody loves him. Vocally, he's a beast. So it's like one of those things where I will say that is one person that I look at and I'm just like, yes. Yes.
Absolutely, and we need people like that out there who are just fully representing. Because it makes you feel like, okay, this is something I can do too. Exactly.
Yeah, I can do this.
100%. Let's talk about this experience at the Apollo. It was probably not exactly what you thought it was going to be, but it turned out beautifully.
It did.
You went through some situations where they was booing you and you pushed through. What was that experience like for you?
That was it's a difficult situation. I've definitely if anybody asks, like, what was your most, probably it's in my top 5 and it's probably in my top 3. Like, it's definitely in my top 3, like, most difficult situations, just because Apollo is like one of those I'll eat you up, spit you out type situations. The Apollo is very rough. It's New York, so it's just like either you got it or you don't. And then it's also a tourist attraction. There are people that come to the Apollo just to boo. Like, they travel there just to be able to say they booed. Like, that's literally what they do. So a lot of times it's not you, but I did a lot of things when I was there that just wasn't the norm for the Apollo. I did an original song. That's not the norm for Apollo.
Right.
They, like, some of the dancing was, you know what I'm saying, like, sexual. And it wasn't even sexual. It was just like her costuming. Like, it was form fitting to the body. They don't do that. Like, that was something else. Like, they just don't, you know what I'm saying? It's not an Apollo thing. Like, it was it was a lot of different things that I did that it just wasn't the norm for the Apollo.
Sure.
And it already had put me, like, strikes in before I even started. So hearing people boo, that was the first time I ever heard anybody boo. Like, I've you know what I'm saying? I heard people, like, you know what I'm saying? I've seen a sub-tweet or two about me. You know what I'm saying? I've seen it on the internet, but I ain't never heard anybody boo before.
Right there in your face.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I said it before and I say it again. Mr. Blue Shirt, if I ever see you, it's up. Like, if I ever see you, it's up. It's up to the point, like, I ain't even gonna lie. We finished and all my dancers will tell you. They saw it too, because we talked about it afterwards. We came outside, went around the building, like, when everybody, you know how everybody coming out, everybody was coming out. I literally was waiting. I was like, I wonder if I'm gonna run into him right now. I want to know if I'm gonna run into him right now, because I really just want to ask him what his issue was with me.
Right, like, why did he have it out for you so bad?
What was your problem with me? And he just knew he was finna lead the Million Man March, because it's like he was the first one to stand up, first one to boo. He was loud. He was turning around, trying to get people involved. I'm just like, save it, because just save it. But I cried so bad. That was the hardest I ever cried after, like, sobbing, crying, like, probably need to eat a cracker. Like, I was crying real bad, and they had to calm me down. The dancers didn't know what to do with me. My manager at the time didn't know what to do with me. Like, I literally slid down the wall in the corner and cried. Like, it was really, really bad. But it never happened to me. Like it never happened to me. And it was like one of those things where it also taught me, what if this happens again? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Absolutely.
like what if this happens again? Or what if you imagine those boos, just take those boos and turn it into Instagram comments.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, or comments on Twitter, a thread.
Yes.
Like, turn those boos into, those were all like comments under a thread.
Yes.
Of people that said they didn't like your performance from that night. You had a weak performance, or they ain't like the record that you just dropped, or you did a feature and they ain't like it, or you put an outfit on and they just like, who styled him, and da 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 da. Like, sure. Just turn that into the comments, the comment section. You can turn the comment section off.
Yes.
But that's not going to stop these people from thinking this.
That's
you know
right.
what I'm saying? Because social media outlets going to have that same picture that you turned the comments off on.
That's facts.
You can't tell them to cut their comments off.
That's right.
You have no control.
That's right.
So it's like one of those things, what are you going to do? Because I couldn't stop everybody that I saw in the audience that booed me and just be like, why did you boo me?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, or why you didn't like the song. I like the song. I think the song is good. I didn't get the opportunity to go tap everybody on the shoulder and ask them that question. So it's not going to be like that on social media either. Some of that stuff you kind of got to muscle through, because it's like, damned if you do, damned if you don't. Because also in that room, there were so many people that were cheering. It was like literally like a split.
Yeah.
So I had to focus on what I'm hearing in my left ear, because what I'm hearing in my left ear sounds so good. What I'm hearing in my right ear, everybody booing. Everybody on my left side is like, yes, keep going, brother, keep going. And I'm just like, okay, cool. They cheering me on. Let me focus on y'all. Let me sing to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not singing to y'all right now because clearly y'all don't like the song. So let me sing to y'all right now. So yeah, it was rough. Like, that was hard.
And it's probably one of those life experiences that teach you exactly what you said. Focus on the ones who do rock with you, because one thing I know about life is we cannot please everybody.
You can't.
Nor should we try to.
You can't. So
focus on the ones who are genuinely rocking with you. The ones who don't, unapologetically leave them where they at.
Yeah.
Mr. Blue Shirt.
Oh, Blue Shirt, I'm on you. I'm on you. I'm on you, baby. I promise you I'm on you. The day I see you.
I hope I'm with you.
I hope you with me too. Because I'm just going to tap you on the shoulder. I'm going to be like, that's the man from Apollo. That's him.
That is hilarious. But looking back in hindsight, I'm glad that you're able to laugh about it, enjoy it. And, you took a lot of positive things from it too.
Oh, yeah.
That's a major, major accolade in your career to have performed there.
Yes. Because a lot of people cannot say that they performed at the Apollo and rubbed the stump and actually was on the show and had to be judged and met the Sandman. Like, there's not a lot of people that can actually say that they've done that.
And made it all the way through. Is there footage of this somewhere online?
Mars has it, and I have to get it from her because I know she still has it in her phone somewhere.
I want to see if they panned on Blue Shirt at all.
No.
So I can see what he looks like.
No. Heavy set, light skin, low cut.
We coming for you, Mr. Heavy set.
Won't ever forget him. He better hit Ozempic before I make it on and see him again, because I'm on you.
That is hilarious. Another great experience you've had, and you were actually brought back to do it for an additional days, the main stage of Taste of Soul Music Festival.
Yeah.
Positive, beautiful experience to the point where they said, we want you to come back for a second day. Tell us about that.
Shout out to them. I just love that brand, just all together. They're so welcoming and loving. The first year, I just was above and beyond. I was thinking main stage and got there, and again, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, stage is about as big as the desk. So I just was like, okay, cool. We just gonna make the best of the situation. Mind you, that was the first time I was ever like prepared as far as like promo. So I had like little flyers. My ex at that, you know what I'm saying, that time had like a t-shirt on with my picture on it with the QR code on the back. So he like, y'all scan my back. Like, he just walk around like, scan my back real quick. So we got like everybody down there because I had a point. I felt like I had a point to prove because I was watching the main stage from the fence, and I'm just like, I'm supposed to be up there. I'm supposed to be up there. We had costumes. Like, again, I had the live range. Like, I had the whole thing together, the whole shebang. Like, you know what I'm saying? I threw a little razzle dazzle. I actually proposed to my ex. You know what I'm saying? Like, I proposed at the show.
Wow.
So, you know what I'm saying? Threw a little, it was like a little razzle dazzle on there. So everybody was like, oh my God, she just proposed in the middle of his show. What it saw. So it was just a lot going on. And they invited me back that next year. So I'm just like, okay, this year I'm in the fence. Yeah. Okay, I like this. We came with the same kind of energy. Like, I rocked. We went out like that. You know that moment on Sister Act when she was like, take off the robes. And all the kids was looking at her and was like, she said, take off the robes. So we were up there and I'm just looking at the crowd. I'm just like, y'all go in the crowd. And they just looking at me. I'm like, the last number, I need y'all to dance in the crowd. Like, I need y'all to find a spot in the crowd. Everybody go out there. We're going to come off the stage. Like, just everybody get off the stage and go down there. And we're going to perform down there, like, amongst everybody. And we did it. And I'll never forget it because I stood on top of one of the chairs. This guy was in his cell phone and I was rapping and I had tapped on the table like this and I looked at him and he had looked up. He was like, I was like, yeah, because what are you doing right now? I'm like down here and I'm standing at your table. Like, don't do that to me.
Get out your phone.
Like, please. But yeah, it went really, really good. And like from there, they brought me back that following year and we just went harder that year. You know what I'm saying? Like, I went bigger with the costuming and stuff like that. Like, and put together like a solid show. And they asked me like the next day, I was like, could you please come back? You know what I'm saying? And do it again. And I'm just like, I can come by, but I'm gonna be by myself. And I had to rock. And I did. I made a brand new mix. I got up that day. I made a brand new mix, put a costume together. Like, I put like some crowd interaction stuff in there, like with a bunch of, I'll never forget, it was like some Afrobeat stuff. It was like No Letting Go and What's My Name and like stuff that people knew before I went into like my Afrobeat record.
Right.
So I'm literally just getting them like turned up. They standing up, like everybody just dancing around. I think I still got the footage where they like panned just to see everybody. Everybody's having the time of their life. Like, they up, like just enjoying themselves. I'm like, yes. And I just felt accomplished because I was able to do it that big of a stage by myself. I was like able to rock like by myself. So like this year, I know they said that they were bringing me back, but I want to be closer. You know what I'm saying? If I can't be a co-headliner, like I would love to be closer to the headliner the same way they did me last year because, yeah, I feel like I've worked for that.
Absolutely. You have.
I feel like I have some longevity with you guys.
Right. I've been here year after year. And it somewhat pulled you out of your norm because you said you normally perform with dancers and stuff. I think that was the moment that you needed, though.
Oh, yeah.
That was the moment you needed to know that, hey, I can do this on my own, too.
Oh, yeah.
The dancers are great.
Yeah. But a club performance with dancers or like a club performance by yourself is cool, like, because the club is smaller.
Sure.
But like on a stage that big.
Right.
And you having to perform by yourself, it's like one of those things like, what you gonna do?
All eyes are on you.
Yeah, like what you gonna do up here? But one person I will say that's really, really good with commanding a stage by themselves is Doja Cat. Yes. I watched her, I want to say it was Lollapalooza. I think it was Lollapalooza. It's somewhere over the water. I know that. But she had to do 2 days, if I'm not mistaken, and they were by herself both days. But she held that crowd by herself. And normally she has big production, costumes, all that. She did it by herself. And I was like, yes. Like her, Beyonce's another one. But I mean, come on, it's Beyonce.
It's Beyonce,
but you know what I'm saying? But like her by herself is even amazing to me. Like, yes. It's amazing. And even some people, again, like Duran Bernard, he's another one that can hold a stage by himself with his background vocalist and put on a stellar performance. So these are like people that I look at and I'm just like, that's where we gotta get. That's where we gotta get. We gotta be, because I don't want people to feel like, oh, if he don't got dancers, I'm not watching it.
Exactly. Right. You want them to show up for you.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't
the
want you to
dancers
go.
are a bonus, but they're there for you.
Yeah.
Essentially. Congratulations, you recently won an award at Boss Babe Awards, you know.
Oh yeah.
Tell us about it. Congratulations.
Performer of the year.
Okay.
And we just got hip hop video of the year at the Pop Smash Awards, and choreography, best choreography in the music video.
Nice.
For the Bags video with the Pop Smash Music Awards. I just had to go ahead and throw that in there. Shout out to Pop Smash.
Congratulations.
Yeah, it feels good because I pride myself on performance. I pride myself on that. So anytime, even to just be nominated is good to me because that means that y'all see me.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying? Like y'all see me.
Yes.
I've never been the type of person where I got to win everything.
Facts.
It's not that big of a deal to me because for my name to be in the hat is good enough for me.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Like even when we get to that level, once we start getting to like the Grammy level and all that other stuff, again, for my name to be in the hat, especially with the people that y'all normally have on the ticket.
Sure.
I'm forever going to be grateful.
Yes.
Like I'm forever going to be grateful because y'all didn't have to think of me at all. You know what I'm saying? But y'all put me here and yeah, I'm thankful for that. Like I'm definitely thankful for that. But yeah, Boss Babes, I love them for that just because they made sure they made sure I was there. They hit me up and was just like, are you coming? We need a confirmation. And it's like, I could tell. I was like, maybe I won. I was like, but then again, I thought about it. I was like, nah, they just want to make sure like all the nominees there. That makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it was just like, you got to get your ticket. And I was just like, I didn't get a ticket because I was busy and I had a lot of stuff going on. They wanted me there for the promo. I didn't do the promo shoot. And I didn't get a ticket. But it was like, somebody bought a ticket for you, so you don't have to worry about it. I'm like, well, who the hell bought a ticket for me? Because I didn't buy a ticket because them tickets was expensive and I had a lot going on. But yeah, like it was a great experience. It was a great experience. I love it. Like I appreciate them for that.
Absolutely. And like you said, even if you don't necessarily take the award home just to be in that lineup to that people seen your hard work, that means everything right there.
Oh yeah.
You do a lot of different things.
Oh yeah.
And you're very professional at what you do. Let me ask you this. This is one of them accountability moments. What do you feel like you could work on a little bit more, a little bit harder right now?
My timing, it sucks.
You said that quick.
My timing and communication. I'm not gonna hold you. It sucks. And I am trying so hard. I try so hard, y'all, but it don't last. Because I get overwhelmed. And when I get overwhelmed, I shut down. And that's not a good trait. But I'm like that with relationships. I'm like that with friendships. I'm like that with business sometimes. Like when too much start happening at one time with me, I'll be like, oh, no. I'm not answering this. I'm not talking. I'll get back to it. It'll be an email. They be send it to me. I won't answer for like 2-3 days because I'm just like, it's too much going on. And I just, I get frazzled. I get frazzled really fast. Like, and that's also not a good thing because I do so much. Like I do graphic design.
Yes.
Like I do marketing and stuff. Like I do graphic design, I DJ, I do creative direction, artist development, I choreograph, I teach outside of that. I have a regular 9-to-5 as a cashier.
Your plate is full.
Yeah, I'm a dog dad, and then I'm an artist. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then I'm an artist and event. I host events on both sides. So I do dance events and music events. So it's just like in a month, I could do like 3 music events and 1 big dance event. And that's a lot outside of what I normally do on a day-to-day basis. So and the emails and requests will come all in one day.
Right.
Like I have somebody hit me up about a DJ gig and then somebody be like, hey, could you make me some flyers? My guy flaked on me. I need them in 2 days. And then somebody else hit me about a mix. And then somebody else is just like, hey, I got an artist. They got a show coming up. I need 5 dancers and you got 3 days. And I'm just like, and then you got Jetta. You know what I'm saying? Jetta's like, did you register your stuff yet? Like, have you done your stuff for your copyright for the song? Like, have we got that stuff together yet? And by the time she get to me, I'd be frustrated. So I'm just like, no. No, I haven't.
I got 80 other things lined up right now.
And she'd be like, well, I need you to get that done and it needs to be done. Because we're not moving forward until it's done. I'm just like, yes, ma'am. I'm just like, yes, ma'am, at that point. Because I'm just like, I'm so frustrated. I'm so frustrated and overwhelmed by the time she finally get to me. And I'm just like, I need a second, y'all. Like, I need a second. Like, it's a lot for one person.
It is.
So my timing can be off because I be wanting to sleep. Like, at that point, I just be like, maybe I just need to take a nap.
I know that's right.
I feel like naps solve everything.
Me too. I agree.
Let me just take a nap and we're going to reset. We're going to try this again when I wake up. Yeah, and my communication is because I will shut down and I will stop all communication.
Yeah.
Literally. I'm really bad about that. I think that's probably one of my bad points in relationships.
That's one of your toxic traits?
Very. If anybody wanted to know one of my red flags, that's the biggest red flag of all. My communication is piss poor. And I know it. And if you call me on it, I will apologize. But I do know that is one. And I'll get mad about it too. Yeah. About you calling me out about it. Yeah. But I will apologize about it.
How dare you?
Yeah, but I'm sorry.
I know, right?
So yeah, those are like my two weak points.
But I mean, you know what though? I commend you for even putting it out there, because some people be like, man, I don't need to work on nothing, because they feel like, you know, that
I'll never lie to you like that.
You know, and I listen. That's that accountability, and we all have to take accountability, 100%. Let's talk about this record, this hit record that you have out right now. Actually, before we talk about love languages, let's just go back a little bit. You had a project that released in 2021 called The Disconnect. Let's talk about that first. Then we'll lead up to this hot single that's out. This project called The Disconnect, if somebody were to go back and listen to it, versus what you're releasing now, what are they going to hear different, if anything?
Growth. I say that about that project. Anytime I listen to that project and I listen to me now, penmanship always been there. Sorry. I just had to put that out there. The penmanship has always been there. However, just the sound, it's matured.
Yeah.
My voice has matured. It's the subject matter is clear. Yeah, now the music feels good. Even like with my engineer, like with Wisdom and with the guy that does my live arrangements, Drees, like with the two of them, they even say the same thing. Like there's so much growth. And like even the people that started with me, like my dancers, they've been with me since I started. Shout out to the Hemmingw8ys, like my OG Hemmingw8ys, they've been with me since I started doing music. They can hear the growth. Like a lot of the people that I used to like send the beats to them. I'll be like, y'all like the beat? And they be like, yeah, I'm gonna call you real quick. And I'll call them on the phone and I'll sing the song to them. I'm like, you like it? And they're like, yeah, I like the record. You know what I'm saying? And I recorded it. There's a lot of records on The Disconnect that I want to re-record. Just under new production. Because with that, I was the artist that just started. It was very, very YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I'm YouTubey now. But like, that's because I don't have anybody knocking my door down to send me, you know what I'm saying? If you got beats, send them to me. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not people like busting my door down to be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, I make beats, you know what I'm saying? I do production, let me shoot it to you type. And then I'm very particular.
Yes.
Like, I'm super, super like picky when it comes to beats.
Yes.
So like I would change like some of the beats on like some of those, just because then it was just like, oh, this sound cool, I'm gonna just go with it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was fire. I'm gonna just record it because I want to record. I was just starting out. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff I would redo.
Perhaps you should do that. You know, maybe look at re-releasing it, but like you said, under new production. You know, even if you re-record it, because like now your delivery is probably stronger than it was then. Even though those are things that you can change. Do you feel like the theme of your music, meaning the stuff that you talk about, has somewhat remained the same though?
How deep can I get my cussing bag right now?
Say whatever the fuck you want.
I love that. Okay, so I was told that I make fuck nigga music.
Okay.
That's what I was told.
Okay.
So like, I was offended when I heard it the first time, but then when I went back and I listened, they was right. I make a lot of toxic shit. Yeah, I do. When I listen to it and I listen to the type of person that like I'm singing about, like as me being that person, like, and you not wanting me and me knowing that I'm toxic and I'm gonna fuck your life up. Yeah, like I've noticed I'm kind of stepping into my lover boy era now.
Okay.
I'm kind of like, I'm stepping into that slowly.
So the theme is slightly shifting.
It's shifting. Yes. It's shifting because even with the new music, it's themed around this project that I'm working on right now called Hotel Heartbreak. And it's spelled like ho, like H-O, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
E-tail, and then heartbreak is spelled with an 8. But it's broken down into 3 EPs, and each EP is a different era, but it all is a storyline. So it tells like the rise and fall of the relationship, me leaving the relationship to get myself together, and then me being back repaired and prepared to like receive love, and I know exactly what it is, you know what I'm saying, that I want. So each era is gonna feel different. So right now I'm still in my fuck nigga mood. You know what I'm saying? I'm in that bag a little bit still, but it's still gonna kind of give that lover boy too. And this during that time, that's the type of time I was on then too. Like I was dealing with a toxic individual, so I was writing from a toxic perspective.
Makes sense.
So it was like I write from experience, and I write from that because it's relatable. Anytime anybody would listen to the music, they'd be like, oh, I have felt that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like the music to be relatable. Like, if it makes you feel like, fuck that nigga, then I like that. You know what I'm saying? Because if that's what you get from it, cool. If it made you want to cry and it's just like, I understand the vulnerability, cool. You know what I'm saying? If it make you want to smoke, it make you want to go party, cool. If it makes you want to hit your necks up, you know what I'm saying, and you do a sneaky league situation, cool. Like, whatever it makes you feel, that makes me know that it's relatable. So that's what I want. And if my experience, and I also do this because music is like my diary.
Yes.
I get to say things on records that I can't say to my friends and say out loud because people would judge me. But if they hear it in a song, they're just like, oh, I know that's right. But if I said it to them in person, they just be like, you're toxic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like that even with the artists that we listen to now. I'm pretty sure they say a lot of stuff on records where we be like, oh yeah, and we'll sing it at the top of our lungs because it's relatable.
Yes.
But if they were to just say it in an interview, you'd be like, girl,
I know,
what?
that's right.
And you judge them. Like, you judge them real bad about it. I see it happen all the time on Twitter. Like, so it's just like one of those things where I use it as my diary because there's so many things that I want to get off my chest that I can't because I don't know who to say it to or how to say it. So I put it in music because it's easier for me to do. And it's like in that booth, I don't have anybody telling me that that's the wrong thing to say, or why would you say something like that? Absolutely. Or that was rude, or you know what I'm saying? I don't have anybody telling me that in that moment. I get to get it off and I get to put it out, and you're singing it.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like you're singing it and you like it and it makes you feel a way. So it's kind of like I secretly got to whisper in somebody's ear.
It's like a form of therapy.
Yeah.
Truly.
Very much so.
Because we all need an outlet to pour into.
Oh, yeah.
Because stuff happens. We bottle it up. We got to have an outlet. Music has become that outlet for you to pour into, which leads up to this new record that we got called Love Languages.
Love it.
Featuring Call Me Jimmy, the one that took a minute to get in touch with.
Never called me.
It released on February 21st, so it's a brand new record. First and foremost, the record is called Love Languages, right?
Yes.
Tell everybody what your love languages are.
Acts of service, words of affirmation.
Got you. Because those are your love languages, did you have that in mind when you wrote this record?
Yes. I actually wrote this record. This record is fairly fresh. And I was dating somebody at the moment, and he's very the polar opposites of me. So he likes physical touch, quality time, and we the opposite. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not big on that. Like, if we on the couch, you can sit over there.
I know that's right,
and I'm gonna be okay. And just the fact that we in the room together, I'm cool.
Yes.
But you don't got to lay up under me. You be over there. I be over here. We there. We cool. You know what I'm saying? But I liked him a lot. And it was just something about him. And I never knew how to express it. I never knew how to express it to him. And I started writing the record, and I'm just like, I don't really, even the opening of the song, I don't, you know what I'm saying? The words, adjectives, or verbs. I can't find those words, adjectives, or verbs to describe the way, like, I actually do want you on me. Like, I want you in my skin. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm learning how to love again. You know what I'm saying? So I'm relearning love languages. And I feel like when you're dealing with somebody, you have to kind of like learn their love languages. Sure. Are you going to accept them? Not necessarily. You don't have to, because again, when you're dating somebody, you're figuring out, is this going to be your person?
Absolutely.
And when I wrote it, I wrote another record right behind it, but I recorded both of them the same night, and I invited him to my session. So he could hear the records.
Did he know it was written for him?
No.
Okay.
He did not find out until he got to the studio.
Gotcha.
Like as I'm singing the records, I texted him while I was in the booth, and I just sent like a smiley face. And from then he kind of like knew at that moment. And then now he started to listen to like the wording of both the records,
right?
Especially love languages. Like he really started listened to the record.
Yes.
And that moment he knew, kind of like, you know what I'm saying? He knew how I felt at that point.
Yeah.
That's what he really gets all the credit for walking me into the Loverboy era. Like with these records that I've been writing as of recently, he's really the one that's getting the credit for these, because I just wasn't in that headspace.
Understood.
And he kind of put me in that headspace, like I want to sing about love. Like I want to sing about like what it feels. I want to sing about being scared of it. I want to sing about wanting your time. I want to, you know what I'm saying, being nervous about it. Like I want to sing about, that's the type of stuff I want to sing about right now, because I like it. I love it. I yearn for it. But unfortunately, right now, I don't think it's for me. You know what I'm saying?
Are you in a healing phase?
I think so.
Yeah. And that's great.
I think so.
We all need that.
I think I'm in that. I'm in the process of shaking off like a lot of years of like toxic stuff.
Absolutely.
I feel like I picked up a lot of my ex's traits and carried them and started exuding them on people that I was dating and interested in.
Yes.
And I don't think that's fair. So I've completely kind of like removed myself, because even with the situation I was just currently in, I started fasting last month and I cut off a lot. But in the midst of me fasting, I've kind of gained like clarity with certain stuff. And I was very honest with him. I was just like, it's cliche to say it's not you, it's me. But I tried my best not to say that like specifically, but that was what the situation was, because I told him, I was just like, you're not the problem. I just don't have the emotional capacity to give you what you need.
Absolutely.
And I would rather bow out than to continue to pull this and drag it out and continue to hurt you and continue to not be there and continue to not communicate the way you want to, and you crashing out and I'm telling you that you crashing out, so I don't want to talk to you, and I don't want it to continue to be that cycle.
Yes.
So I feel like if we peacefully just kind of like sever this, I don't hate you or anything like that. I actually care about you a lot. I would love to love you. Yeah. You're amazing as a person, but now it's just not the moment. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I think it's not, it will never be the moment until you're completely healed.
Yeah.
Because like you said, we carry toxic stuff from previous relationships, and it's not fair to the new person.
Yeah.
We've all been there. Whether we're in a relationship with someone who's not fully healed or we are not fully healed, I don't feel like it's ever going to be where it's supposed to be unless both parties are healed from past traumas, past toxic-ish or whatever.
Yeah.
So I love the fact that you're taking that time now.
Absolutely.
You know, to, like you said, shake all that off.
Absolutely.
Because now when it happens again, whether it's this person coming back in your life or it's somebody new, it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be bliss.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I love that for you. So the visual's on the way.
Absolutely.
Love Languages is out everywhere now. Make sure y'all go run it up, stream it, download it, share it, tell a friend to tell a friend. Visual on the way. Where can people follow you and keep up with you?
Everywhere. Hemmingw8y, Hemmingw8y on everything that you could possibly think of. As I've said before, Christian Mingle, OnlyFans, everywhere. Like anything that you can think of where you can type in a username, look me up. Like, look me up. I'm there.
Come check for him. Come see about your boy. Definitely. I know you got a lot of people that love you, support you. Who do you want to give thanks to and give a shout out to?
It's always gonna be my mom.
Yeah.
It's always gonna be my mom. Mom, God, Jetta, Jag, D Major, Cleo, my team, Rag and Buckets, the Hemmingw8y, myself, anybody that supported me, loved on me, appreciated me at any space, shared anything, gave me $1, a place to sleep when I didn't have one, like, just told me to keep going, whatever. Like, I appreciate you guys.
Absolutely. I got one last question for you.
Yes.
Where are we at?
Industries.
Where are our industries most wanted?
What makes Hemmingw8y the industry's most wanted?
I'm lit. Like I've never been like that type of person to say something like that. But I'm lit, bro. Like, I'm a hard worker. Like, I'm an entertainer. I'm a good spirit. Like, I put my best foot forward like all the time. Like, it's 110 about me all the time. And I can't wait for the industry to actually see it and really feel it for what it is. Like, and they actually get a whiff of it.
I know that's right.
I need the Dolce effect. Like, I need that.
Yes. It's right there. I feel like it's right there for you.
I'm claiming that.
Yeah.
Because this the big 5. I said year 5, something got to happen.
That definitely.
Or I'm getting a food truck.
Right now.
I'm getting a food truck.
It's going to happen for you. Just pump your brakes. It's going to happen for you. The food truck could come too.
It is.
But I feel like you're right there. Seriously, you're
Thank
at that
you.
point where it's about to transition into that next big step for you.
I'm claiming it.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Manifestation.
Absolutely. And I'm heavy on that.
100%. Thank you for being here today. Listen,
Thank you for
your
having
energy
me.
is so beautiful. Like I told you earlier on today, I wasn't in the best of spirits like you weren't yesterday. We both lost a parent a day apart from each other. So you just completely uplifted me. You put me in a totally different mood. So thank you for being here today.
Absolutely.
You and
No,
Jetta.
thank you.
Even though I said you gave great hugs. She give good hugs too now.
She do.
She give good hugs too.
Love a Jetta hug.
I love a Jetta hug. Yo, we up out of here, y'all.
Yeah.
In a different mood makes me feel like I was made for you. Cancel my day for you. I'm not tryna play with you. Wanna fuck your